And bam, we're live. It's day 20 of our 30-day AI prompt challenge for remodelers. And welcome. Let's get to it. Appreciate you guys tuning in and learning good things. Share my screen here. All right. And again, welcome to the 30-day AI prompt challenge for remodelers. All right. So look, day 20, we're still in that pillar where we're talking about pillar 4. It's the client journey, right? And hear me when I say this. I remember how hard I work every time I want to get a client in the remodeling business, right? And so once I land the job, a lot of remodelers think the hard work's over. Like, oh, got them to sign the contract, got the check. And then you forget that during the construction project, you still have to keep the relationship going strong because you've worked this hard. And now you're about to complete this big project. Let's say it's a 6-week remodel. And then at the end, often the relationship is so strained that I know many a remodeler who doesn't ever want to even talk to that client again. Now think about that for me. You've worked this hard, and now you're going to throw it all out the window and just say, well, I got to go get another one. Man, I'm going to tell you, it's much easier to survive in this business if you make every client relationship work. And what I mean by that is manage the job properly so that when you get to the end, you and the homeowner are like high-fiving each other. They're so happy. They're giving you hugs. They're inviting you over for Christmas. That's the relationship that you want. And unfortunately, for some reason, a lot of remodelers just don't go that way. So let's look at this system now, right? So the deal is we want to create a client for life follow-up system using ARI, right? And so here we're going to tell the system that we want to manage this project. And as if we're trained, you're going to be trained in applied relational intelligence. And what that is that's what we've come up here with the Remodeling Academy. And that's how we integrate to work well with our clients. So we're going to create a simple, emotionally intelligent follow-up plan that stays in touch with the clients for 12 months. And then you put them into your regular CRM system. Okay. And you should already be doing quarterly, monthly, annual follow-ups with all your clients. If nothing else, you should be sending out a basic email. We do email and postcard and letter, and every now and then we'll send a little package, gift pack. And these things add up. And the problem is, I get it. Like, a lot of guys just never try it, so they don't even know what they're missing. And they shake their head and like, that'll never work because I tried it once. Well, I'm going to tell you, when you have 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 customers, because you've been doing so much work for so long, when you start sending out several hundred pieces of information, you start getting results. If you only have 10 clients, yeah, you might not get a lot of referrals every month. You got to keep growing. All right. When you get to 1,000 customers, now we're talking. So, and the average remodeler, you can get there if you're busy and you're growing. Okay. Let's just say if you can get done a project a week for some of you guys are going to be doing like much more than that. And I get it. Some of you are only doing like 4 projects a year, and it takes a lot longer to build that client database up. But you're also looking at jobs, and those people should be going in there as well. Prospects and people that for whatever reason or another you didn't sign up. All right. So here we are. We're designing a year-long timeline with some key touch points, right? We want the 1 week, a 1 month, a 6 month, a 1 year follow-up. Now you can alter this. This is what I'm suggesting. You want a brief script that sounds personal, helpful, not salesy. We're going to do some tips to acknowledge the client's, emotional experience at the point of their journey. We're going to have some potentially gifts, gestures. We're going to offer some sort of maintenance. That way they feel like it's real value. And we have to know when and how to naturally ask for reviews or referrals without making it feel awkward. And if you've done a good job staying in touch with clients, then it's never awkward to ask for those things. For the guys who it gets awkward, it's because you've messed up and dropped the ball. So let's stop messing up and dropping the ball. You should be using a simple CRM if possible. I mean, the bare minimum, you need to have all your clients on some sort of like a Google checkbook, like a spreadsheet of some sort, right? And then you have their name, address, email address, project name, things like that. Okay. So remember, on newsletters work really well. We've done them for years, and you'd be shocked. I can always tell when a newsletter's gone out because we get several phone calls from past clients like, hey, we've been thinking about doing this project, and could you guys come out and talk to us about it? And it's almost always immediately following them receiving the newsletter. Now, this is the one we send out in the mail. More frequently do we notice that push. Sure, we do email. When you send an actual letter out, that can make a difference. So remember this tone, always professional, warm. Got to add your emotional intelligence, right? And you want to be aligned with the Remodeling Academy's philosophy of guiding, right? You're always helping. You're not selling. You're just offering solutions. So you follow up in a way that builds some true loyalty and keeps the door open for future work or referrals, all while modeling what it means to be a trusted remodeling advisor. So what's this plan look like, right? It's going to keep your clients close long after that last nail, right? And so why does this matter? Because you have to work hard to get a client. So once you get one, you want to keep them as one of your biggest fans. And then when you do this, profit, referrals, reputation, that all gets built over time. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of your competition, man, they can't wait to get out of their jobs. And as soon as they get that check, they're gone, right? I mean, the ink on the check's not even drying as the guy's driving out of the driveway, if you get my impression. Too many guys just end on such a sour note, and the homeowner's sitting there going, man, we would never hire this company again. That is the last thing you want to happen, right? And then when I ask a lot of remodelers to want to follow up, and I can remember feeling this way myself in the beginning, I was like, they were hard. Like we had a lot of issues come up on that job. I don't want to. And the reality is you have issues come up on every job, and the clients weren't hard. You just were struggling to deal with them. So you shouldn't be so afraid to catch up with them. And I had, a good example. We had a client, and when we were doing their basement, there a couple little issues came up, and some things took a little bit longer than we expected. And I remember the homeowner, he used the, he was big into cycling, and his basement, that was his workout area. And, he was a little frustrated that it took longer than expected. So he had to, move his training somewhere else. But I'm going to tell you what, it was 6 months later, and I saw him out a few times around the neighborhood. We were doing other people's projects. And he goes, man, I'm glad you're in the area. Can you stop by again today and look at this other project for us? Like, you need to just follow up with your people and stop being so scared. All right. So you got to be proud of your work and don't have such a risk, right? The common mistake many guys say is, I don't want to follow up. I don't want to bother them, right? Because it's this internal fear that you did something wrong or they're going to be mad at you. And that's most often not really the case. Like, now, again, I'm making a big assumption here that you do good work, right? And you took care of your client and you gave them a good product. So if you're out there putting out crap work, well, then, yeah, you're definitely going to be scared. So remember, remodeling, it's, that remodel isn't just a transaction. It should be the start of a long-term client journey. Quite a few of our customers, I explained them in the beginning, and this should be part of your process when say, look, this is the first of many remodels we most likely will be doing for you as you live here or in this area, whether you move to another house, etc. So, all right. So we're going to do what's the client for life system, right? And it's going to be an automated yet professional follow-up system, right? That lives hopefully inside your CRM. And so let's get over to our prompt. And here we go. So you want to act as that coach, right? Develop that year-long timeline. Going to give a brief script. We're going to do some tips to acknowledge the journey, optional growth. Maybe we're going to do something, we recommend doing an ongoing newsletter, and the tone's professional warm. All right, so let's see what we generate here. I went ahead and did it ahead of time tonight, so we didn't have the delay. So we're going to start with our timeline. So we have 12 months of the trusted chuck points, right? So first you're going to do a 1 week follow-up. Yeah, so 1 week after the job. And I tell you, any of you guys, in the summertime, it just gets humid some places. I'm out on the screened-in porch, and it is humid out here tonight. Anyway, so purpose. You're going to check in after the dust settles. Again, it's a friendly tone. Here's that script, right? Just checking in. Now that you've had some time to enjoy the new space, want to make sure everything feels great. If you have any questions, no pressure. And just a quick hello. Perfect. 1 month later. Boom. Hey, wanted to follow up. Now it's been about a month. Just making sure everything's settling in well. Any questions? Boom. Right? You move on. 6 month. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Blah. Can you believe it's been 6 months? Hey, we're offering a complimentary 15-minute home wellness check or something. You put in what you would like to do. You can say, hey, just again, checking in, making sure the project's looking good. The 1 year anniversary. This is a good time. If you do like basements or additions or kitchens and baths, this is a good time to say, hey, you want us to come out and did any of the caulk crack? It's been a year. You know, you've got the full humidity, heat, cooling cycle going. And, you know, you send a guy out for like a half hour to do a couple touch-ups, tighten up the towel rack, you know, maybe the bracket came loose, maybe one of the knobs on the kitchen doors is loose. You just adjust that, and the customer is like, man, these people are great. And you do it while you're on the way to another job or on the way back from another job, so it's not an inconvenience at all. And it builds relationships. From there, you move on. Now they're after that year, then they get put into your ongoing system, right? How you decide to choose to touch base with your clients. I recommend at a minimum every quarter. You should probably try monthly. Okay. Good things to send out are updates about different times of the year, things they can be doing to their home, things they should be looking out for. Okay. And all right. And then boom, we have a little system here. It's a little checklist for you to go through. So that's it for tonight. I hope this worked out well for you. We have now completed 20 days of the AI prompt challenge for remodelers. You guys have been doing good. You're getting all the prompts that you need. Let me see if anybody's put in any questions. Get over here. We're going to stop sharing. Give me 1 second. All right. I don't see any questions tonight. And again, guys, look, if any questions come up at any point, you want to get better at this AI game and up your remodeling presence, just feel free. You can message us at the Remodeling Academy at any point, and we'll add that to one of the upcoming episodes. We do go live every day. We are currently on day 20 of this 30-day challenge, so we have 10 more episodes. And at the end, you will have a robust AI prompt system. Hope you had a good one, and we will see you next time.